What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Street Notes. Today we're doing street photography at the Colorado Rockies Opening Day 2022 in Denver. I just switched my GoPro on at this spot and I'd just taken a picture as a test shot and I quite liked it, so I hung around here and photographed for a while. Now this is the test shot that I took, which was actually, in my opinion, the best shot I got in that spot. So this told me it was time to switch on the GoPro and start paying attention. I'm once again out with the Leica M262. It's been sitting on the shelf for a little while, feeling a little bit neglected, and it's overdue for me to take it out and shoot with. As you can see, the city is extremely busy and we're walking around just kind of getting our foot in, taking some warm-up shots. The sun's still a little bit harsh at this time of day, but that's okay. I find that just photographing and taking these kind of throwaway pictures that aren't very good is a great way of getting comfortable in the environment. And generally I find just taking these kind of crappy pictures helps you to get to the really good ones. In this spot, I've never seen so many of these e-scooters and bikes piled in one place. They were literally going round the corner and down the street as well. They've just been abandoned. Thought I might try and make something out of them here, but nothing was really working. It was all a little too hectic for me. Maybe a longer lens would have helped, but whatever, we moved on anyways.
Try to time it with people like between the scooters.
I've been trying to reincorporate reflections into my photos again. It's something I used to do a lot and hadn't done for a while, and I was kind of reminded of it recently, so I've been trying things now and again. This shot I was quite happy with the way this guy gestured towards his glasses. I thought there was a great gesture in there, but the right hand side of the frame is just far too cluttered and busy and doesn't work. This shot I kind of liked because the person's arm sort of mimics the tree. However, the colour is not very good in it. The colour is more of a distraction, and this is the kind of shot that actually looks better in black and white. Now the sun's on my back, I'm making my way back down here. Realised Rudy had stopped to talk to these folks. And then tried to get this guy with the course field framed behind his head. And what I did like about this was the other guy behind is holding up his sign in a way that kind of frames his head. And continue to try and work this scene with these people with the signs, and it reminds me how difficult it actually is to photograph protest type things and actually make them interesting. And also, we're still in that really harsh light with a busy background, so I'm not necessarily expecting much from this scene, and we move on pretty quickly from here. This corner is another hectic one. We've got more people with signs there. I almost got a picture last year of the people selling these bottles of water and snacks and stuff. So I tried again, and this is okay. It's kind of like a detailed gesture kind of shot. Again, the background's a little bit too busy, so moving on. now I'm using this truck to try and utilise those reflections again, thinking someone would walk past, and strangely what happened was this person walked backwards into the scene. So the shot that I got, I mean, it looks like they're walking forwards through it, but they were actually backwards walking into that scene, which is different. I don't know why. I'm glad we took the walk further down this street because there were some people playing beer pong out in the street, so we stopped to talk to them for a bit. And it turns out they were actually raising money for charity, which is kind of cool, and we asked if we could photograph, and they were totally fine with it. So at some point I decided that if I got really close to the cups, I could kind of minimise the background a little bit and get these shots with the guys throwing the ping pong balls. And this third picture was the first one that I thought was actually quite decent. I'm not a fan of the trees in the background there, but otherwise I do like that the cups kind of fill up the foreground, and it's a relatively simple picture. And so I realised that this kind of angle is the best one that I can think of at this time. And this one's okay as well. And this is my usual thing where I want to keep the sun on my back and photograph away from the sun and get that bright light on people's faces. So once I'd exhausted that, I switched to the other way and thought I'll try backlighting it and see how it comes out. This is pretty far from my usual sort of style, but I actually really liked how the backlit shots came out, and I absolutely love the gesture and the expression on this person's face. It was definitely my favourite beer pong shot and possibly one of my favourite shots of the entire day.
You have amazing hair, by the way.
That's incredible!
Have you ever heard of a genre called happy hardcore?
Yes, I love that. That was what I listened to as a child.
Took a slight break from photographing here, and we had jello shots and played a couple games of Flip Cup before moving on. That was a fun interaction and a great reason to actually talk to people when you're out shooting street. We then ran into this artist who was painting in the dairy block, and I did not realise that to the right there was a whole gallery of his pictures and art inside, and I wish I'd realised that so I could have taken a look in there. These pictures actually came out quite nice, and again it doesn't look like my street style as much, but it does have a bit more of the vibe that I might find on a wedding day. But I guess we could put this more into the portrait kind of bracket, and maybe I should play a little bit more with backlighting things to see if I can find some other addition to the way I shoot street photography. Now, even though I'm talking about backlighting things a bit more, I like this shot here with a nice harsh light and the dark shadows. Because this was quite a long, hectic day of shooting and I need some more content to space out my videos, I'm going to make this into 2 videos that are about 10 minutes long rather than one big massive episode of Street Notes. Much of the time in this first episode was the warm-up shots, but it led very quickly into that beer pong scene and turned out one of my favourite shots of the whole day, relatively unexpectedly. However, I do find once things start going like that, things will start to flow. And it's not like you'll just get good shot after good shot, but if you stay out for long enough and you keep working at it, every hour or two, things will start to look good and you'll start to find shots that are not what you expected to find but turn out to be great. In episode 2, I definitely got 2 or 3 shots that I really liked as well, that I just did not expect, and they were not the type of thing I was really looking for until they showed up right in front of me on the day. So I think for this video I'll say that my first shot was one of my favourites, as well as the beer pong shot. And if you stuck around this far, I hope you will also come back next week and see the second half of the Colorado Rockies opening day. So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.